Good morning, student. Today I am going to start the second part of the sound that I will discuss free vibration or natural vibration, and I'll also discuss in the damped vibration and forced vibration. So now, before the discuss, I want to say please watch the full video and share and subscribe this video. Thank you. So now, what is the free vibration? So the particle of the medium vibrates in absence of any external force and resistive force. Then you can say free vibration. So that means you can say the particle of the medium vibrates in absence of external force or any resistive force. So that vibration is called free vibration. And number two, so here is no any external force. That means vibration it will continue till infinite time. So you can say कि vibration of the particle of the medium continue till infinite time. Why? Because there is no external force, infinite time. And you can say in this type of vibration amplitude occurs remains constant. So you can say here the constant amplitude, that means amplitude remains constant, or you can say the amplitude remains constant. Okay, so now in case of the free vibration, when you draw the graph of wave in versus displacement of the particle, displacement of particle and versus time, so that means now you can see let here. So now it will go for infinite time and the amplitude always remain constant a. Okay, when consider the amplitude a, so then amplitude remain always constant. So in case of the free vibration, first of all you can say if a particle of the medium vibrate in absence of external force, there is no any resistive force. Okay, number two, here the no external force, that means vibration of particle continue till infinite time vibrate. Number three, here also amplitude become a constant. Okay, so now after that you can say okay, so after that you can say the time period of vibration also fixed. Okay, so that means when the time period is fixed, then frequency also fixed. So that means from here you can say everybody have natural frequency. So that means you can say the particle of the medium vibrates and number of complete vibration in 1 second in absence of external force is called natural frequency. Okay, so that means you can say the particle of the medium vibrates in 1 second. Okay, so number of vibration in 1 second in absence of external force, that is called natural frequency. So write the definition of natural frequency. The number of oscillation, the number of complete vibration, by the particle of medium in 1 second in absence of external force, force or any resistive force, then you can say body vibrates in natural frequency. Okay, so that means that vibration, that frequency is called then natural frequency of the body. So it is called natural frequency of the body. Okay, so now the question is find the natural frequency of the simple pendulum. Okay, find the natural frequency of the bob in simple pendulum. So when simple pendulum, okay, simple pendulum oscillates in vacuum, so in vacuum there is no any external force. So in that case we write the time period equal to 2 pi square root of L by G. So here the time period is directly proportional to square root of length, if length we increase, the time period of the bob here is also increase. Okay, so I already told time period is what, the number of the time taken in one oscillation is called time period. So now frequency we know that 1 by t, so you can write here 1 by 2 pi square root of G by L. So here the frequency is natural frequency of the time simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of length. When length we increases, then natural frequency is decreases. When length decreases, then natural frequency also increases. Okay, so here in case of the simple pendulum, the natural frequency of the bob, okay, so simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of length. Okay, so now here the simple pendulum vibrates it what, in vacuum. So there is no external force. So that cause this frequency is called natural frequency of the bob in simple pendulum. Okay, so now after then write vibration on stretched string. This is the very important, vibration on stretched string. So already told when a body vibrates then sound we produce. Okay, so already told velocity in a stretched string is what in previous lecture, so square root of T by mu, where T is the what, tension on the string, and mu is the mass per unit length. Mass per unit length. So when you consider a string length and having the cross sectional area of the string A and length be L, okay, so you know that mu equal to here is mass per unit length. So what is the mass equal to volume into density. Okay, volume into density of what, density of the string. Okay, so how can you find the volume? So already know area of the base and length of the string. This string having a look like a cylinder. Okay, so when you find the volume, so area of base already taken, the cross sectional area of the rope is A and length of the rope is L, so you can write L and rho. After then L, so LL cancels, so it become a. If the radius of rope is R, so you can write here pi r square rho. So after then you can put the value of mu here. So here V becomes the what, T by pi r square by rho. So it will what, velocity of the sound in case of the string. So how can find the frequency on the string? So we know that when okay, so how, first of all I will discuss vibration on a stretched string, then I will discuss frequency on the stretched strings. Okay, so now this is the velocity of the sound wave in the stretched strings. Okay, so after then so now vibration on a stretched string. So let me consider a length L string that is fixed by the two rigid, and this fixed two rigid is called node. This is called node. Okay, so when you plug from mid of this rope, so it will form a like this one. When you plugged from here, okay, so L by 2, let length L by 2, okay, so it will what, form wave like this one. So one thing is very important, where the maximum displacement occur, that is called antinode, and where the displacement is zero, that is called node. So where the rope is fixed, that is called node, and where the maximum here, because displacement is 0, that you can also say node. Here the displacement occurs maximum, that is called antinode. And one thing, the distance between node to node, that you can write distance between node to node, that is defined lambda by 2, or distance between antinode to node, that is called lambda by 4. So here the length of a string is L. Okay, so that is equal to, in term of wavelength, so we know that node to node distance is how much taken, lambda by 2. So here lambda become 2L, okay. So now when you is this string length plugged from L by 4 from this end, so then it will form two loops like this one, two loops, and there are three node, a node. Okay, so we know that node to distance how much, lambda by 2. This node distance is what, lambda by 2. So this L become lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2, it will become lambda. Okay, so now after then when you plug at L by 6, so it will form three loops, this type. So there are how many node, 4 node. Okay, so this length, how many lambda, how much equal to lambda, so L equal to, you can write lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2, so you can write 3 lambda by 2. So here you can write 2L by 3. Yes or no? Because here lambda by 2, this node distance, lambda by 2, this node distance, lambda by 2. So here the L equal to lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2, it will become 3 lambda by 2, and you can write lambda equal to 2L by 3. Okay, so now this is called also known as fundamental tone, or you can say the first harmonic. This is also called first harmonic wave. Okay, first harmonic wave, that is first harmonic wave, that is one loop. And if you say the fundamental node, that is called the one loop. Okay, so now you can, if you write down here, this is also called second harmonic. Okay, second harmonic wave. Okay, or you can say the first overtone. This is called first overtone. Okay, so that means two loops. If you say, remember like this one, second harmonic, that means two loops. Okay, and this is called third harmonic. And you can say the second overtone. Okay, so this is the vibration occurs on the string in this like. Okay, so how can find the natural frequency in case of vibration or stretched strings? Okay, so we know that V equal to what? V equal to, that means wave speed equal to, you can write f by lambda. So here you can write, in case of the first overtone, fundamental overtone or first harmonic, you can write here f equal to V by lambda. So already told, in case of the string, the velocity of the sound wave is what? Square root of t by mu and 1 by lambda. So whatever 1 by lambda already here become, so here lambda is equal to 2L, so you can write 2L, and here already t by mu, that means already told, this is the mass per unit length, so it will mass and L. Okay, so whatever the mass already told, when the radius is r, or you can say the area A and length is L, so you can write here 1 by 2L. So here T into L, and mass is what? Volume into density. Volume equal to A into L into density of the rope. L cancel. So when you put the value of A, so it will become 1 by 2L. So it's what? T by pi r square into rho. So this is case of the fundamental frequency. Okay, so frequency in the case of the fundamental tone and first harmonic wave. Okay. This is the what? This is the similarly this is the what? Frequency of the first overtone. This is and the acha, how can find the frequency in second overtone? So now again, so this is, so in this case of the frequency b equal to f lambda, so f equal to v by lambda. So now here the v lambda equal to what? 1 by 2l. Yes, you know, lambda equal to here. So here देखो that means L equal to lambda by 2. So here lambda equal to 2L. So here lambda equal to 2L and V equal to T by mu. Okay, so this is the frequency on the stress string in case of the fundamental tone and first harmonic. So now in this case, when you write F equal to 1 by lambda and T by mu, so what is the lambda here? So lambda here, you can lambda equal to L. So here you can write 1 by L T by mu, or you can say 2 in divided by 2L square root of T by mu, and here this one is the what? Frequency in case of the first overtone, fundamental overtone and first harmonic. So you can write 2 F1. So this is what? F2, that means second harmonic. The second harmonic case, and it is the case of the first harmonic. So F2 is the what? Twice of F1. Similarly in case F3, in case of the third harmonic, when you find, so now, so in case of F3 you can write 1 by lambda and T by mu. So whatever the lambda value is become 2L by 3. So when root 2L by 3 it will become here, so T by mu. So now here the 3 times of F1. Okay, so you can write here F1 ratio F2 F3 is what? That means it will become, okay, 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, so that means when the number of, you can say when the number of vibration increases or number of loop increases, that means frequency also increases. So you know the characteristic of the sound. Okay, so when the frequency be increases, that means shrillness of the sound wave also increases. So in case of, okay, in case of we consider let F1 is what? Frequency in case of the first harmonic, and F2 is the frequency of the second harmonic, and F3 frequency of third harmonic. So frequency in third harmonic is greater than F2, and F2 the frequency in the second harmonic is greater than frequency on the first harmonic. So you can say the shrillness is third harmonic is more than shrillness of second harmonic with respect to shrillness of first harmonic. Okay, and you can also say here the lambda in first case is greater than lambda 2 and greater than lambda 3. Okay, so now, and I also said here, because here lambda equal to already told 2L, here is what? Lambda equal to L, and here is what? Lambda equal to 2L by 3. So lambda wavelength is also decreases. And the third, you can say amplitude. So amplitude in first case, first harmonic is greater than amplitude in second harmonic and amplitude in third harmonic. So here when the number of wave increases, the amplitude will decreases. So according to the characteristic of the sound, loudness of the sound is directly proportional to square of amplitude. So here amplitude decreases, that means loudness decreases. तो है ना, in case of the, that means shrillness in third case, मतलब third harmonic increases with है ना greater with respect to second harmonic with respect to first harmonic. So just opposite, the loudness and loudness of the sound in first case is greater than loudness of the second, greater than loudness of third. Okay, so now you can see also in a guitar, when you string plug in between the string. So that means what? Here the amplitude is more, that means here the loudness of sound will increases. When you plug, okay, so when you plug in near of the fixed digit, near of node, so that means what? That means the number of loops increases, number of vibration increases, that means you can say the frequency increases, that means you can say the shrillness of the sound will increases. Okay, So when you plug in a string in middle of the middle string of the guitar, that means it will produce more loudness. When you plug in where near to the note, that means more number of frequency be produces. That means you can say that may that shrillness of the sound be increases. So in third harmonic, in case of the shrillness of the sound be more with respect to second harmonic with respect to first harmonic, and loudness of the sound in first harmonic is more than second harmonic and then third harmonic. Okay, so now after that, write down damped vibration. Damped. Okay, so damped vibration. So damped vibration, that means the body vibrate in presence of external force. That means you can say the body, the particle of the medium. You can say the particle of the medium vibrates in presence of external force or resistive force. Okay, that means it will what? It will vibrate for finite time. It will vibrate for finite time. Okay, and you can also the amplitude here not constant. Amplitude not constant. That means it will gradually decreases. It will gradually decreases. After some time the amplitude become a zero. So that means when you draw the wave diagram here, displacement of the particle versus time. So that means when you draw the diagram, so the amplitude gradually decreases. Okay, so this is the wave diagram in case of the damped vibration. Okay, so now after then you can write force vibration. So it's a very important force vibration. So force vibration, already told everybody has natural frequency. So let me consider a body fixed with clamp. Okay, so when you vibrate in absence of any external force, let its vibration in 1 second, let it 50 Hertz. So that means you can say the natural frequency of this body is what? 50 Hertz. Okay, listen carefully. When a body vibrates in absence of air or in absence of any external force, so the total number of vibration in 1 second is 50, then it is called what? Natural frequency is 50 Hertz. So now when you apply the external force, now you can reduce the number of vibration or increase the number of vibration in 1 second. Okay, so you can increase the number of vibration or number of vibration in 1 second. Okay, so that means when you apply the external force, the vibration you can increase or decreases by the natural frequency. So this is called what? Force vibration. That means that means when you in presence of external periodic force applied, then increase the natural frequency of the body. So that means when periodic external force applied, that means you can increase the natural frequency. That means you can say increase the number of number of oscillation of body in 1 second. Okay, so this type of call is force vibration. Okay, so this is also called unhappy vibration. Unhappy vibration. So why it is called unhappy? Because you are applied the external periodic force, that cause it will what increase the increase the natural increase the frequency from the natural frequency. So that is called unhappy. So that cause its amplitude also decreases. Its amplitude also decreases. So here when, that means when your external periodic external force external force matched with okay frequency, natural frequency of the body, natural frequency of the body, है ना, when the मतलब when frequency produced by periodic external force match with the natural frequency of body, then it is called this case is called resonance, and this is called happy vibration. And this case the amplitude must, in this case amplitude make of the wave be large. So when the external force, periodic external force, okay, that means frequency produced by periodic external force is greater than with natural frequency of the body, this is called what? Unhappy vibration. This is called unhappy vibration. In that case amplitude make is small. Okay, so now the next class I will discuss the resonance and more concept about of the resonance I will discuss in next class. Okay, so thank you everyone.